Okay, in this video we're going to show you how to edit posts and pages and put in the content for the Tutor eNews. So you should have the document open, Weekly Tutor eNews, where we've created the templates for the emails. Now we're going to actually put the content that people click through from the email onto the blog page. So you should go and access the blog site for the tutor report by accessing the login here and this username and password. Again, do not give anybody this username and password. And then just follow along with these instructions. Pretty simple. We're only doing a couple of things. And do just work through them with me. I'm just going to move this over to another screen. So I've logged in here now, and the first thing on the document is to find the previous week's eNews post and open the post. Well, the last one that we did was December 2011 volume 2. So that was the last post that we did. So as per the instruction, find that and open it. So just click it to open it. And the next instruction is immediately click copy to new draft, and you find that here, copy to new draft, because basically what we're doing is cloning this post, and that's how we do it, by clicking copy to new draft. Once we've done that, the first instruction is to create new page title to reflect that week's eNews and volume. Well, this particular one that we're working on at the moment is January, as our example, is January 2012, volume 1. And also it says edit the permalink and create the same title. Now the permalink is this here, which shows up in the URL, and we change it. As you can see, the title of this post is very different to what the permalink is. So click edit, and we can change this to reflect the same. So keeping it lowercase, January 2012 volume 1. So that's, or volume 2, or whatever it might be, and click OK. Now when it shows up, this is the link that people will go to get this particular eNews report. As per the instruction, we then click Save Draft over here. So now we're saving this post as a draft. So we've basically cloned the previous eNews post, and we're now giving it a completely different name and permalink, and we're now saving it as a draft. When we are happy with it, we will then click this Publish button down here, and then it will be published to our website. Okay, so that's pretty simple. The next instruction is to add the content by pasting over our existing content. So you see this is our last post, which has previous content in here that we need to paste over. I just find it quicker and easier to paste over than not, because you will find that we've got these divider bars in here and these headline tokens, which we want to change the headline of our post between these brackets here, because this is some code that changes the graphical content, and these puts little bars in, as you will see from the posts. So I just find it easier rather than having to rebuild everything, just to copy and paste over. Now I want to use this same graphic here. Going back to the same text file that we were using before, we need to copy all the content into here now. Let me just find the original. So since we've got this 100 up that we were using previously for 100 marketing strategy ideas, this month's post is 100 referral marketing ideas. So, and we've got all 100 here. So let's change the headline to 100 marketing referral ideas. If we can spell it properly. I think it's one F and two R's. So it's 100 marketing referral, like reading marketing strategy books and blah, blah, blah. And then we've got strategy 1 onwards and onwards. Okay. So what I have done here is add the rest in an additional PDF, which we can download from the link below. And in this case, you would find the PDF in the zipped package. Alright, so I'm just going to take the first 10 from my text file. Here's the first 10. I'll just take the first 10, copy from the text file. I'm just going to open this box a bit, which you can do by just dragging the bottom corner there so we can see more. And I'm going to just highlight those 10 and Control V and paste over. I notice there's an S missing there, so I'm just going to tidy that up. And I want to bold these, so I'm just highlighting. I can click the bold here, or I can do Control B. Either way, I just want to neaten this up by bolding these here. I'm using Control B, which is a shortcut. So then we get nice looking, professional looking posts. Not difficult to do, just takes time. Now notice here that the copy, I'm just going to do a backspace to make sure that the copy flows nicely. So we've got strategy 1 through 10. To view all 100 strategies, download the PDF from the link below. And this link will have to be different. So I'm just going to pause and just grab the PDF and show you how to upload to links if required. So in this case, we need to upload the PDF of the 100 referrals. Now, how we do that is, if we need to ever upload anything, it will be in the package and the instruction will be there. But in this case, this is how we do it. So we go to this add an image here. And we select file, where we're going to select the actual PDF from our computer. And I'm just going to go and find where I have saved that. Which is here, 100 marketing referral ideas. Click open, and it's now uploading it to the blog website, and it will then give us a link. It's this link here. I'm just going to Control A to highlight that and Control V to copy. My mistake. Do not do Control V, you do Control C to copy. Let's just close out of that, and since I've made that mistake, I have uploaded it. I've just got to go now and find it. Well, you find all the media in media over here. Yes, I'm okay to leave the page, so I'm going to have to go to media and go and find it. Here's where it uploaded it, look. So let's just find the link again. I want to Control A, Control C to copy. Now I've got to go back to the post, which is this one here, draft. And this is where the membership download item PDF link, it creates a graphic. You'll see just between the quotation marks, this is where we need to put the PDF. But you have to be very accurate that you get it between the quote marks. And I'm just going to paste the link in here, because if there is a problem, it's probably due to you've missed the quotation marks on either end. And make sure it's got the HTTP and it's got the quotation marks. And we changed the title to 100 marketing referral ideas. Referral ideas. And then it creates another divided bar, and then it goes on to the next article, which in this case was one that was in last week, but we want to change that. Okay, so we go and find our next article, which no specific order. I'm not really fussed about order, but if there is a certain order, I will number it in here, like number 1 or number 2. So this is the legislative update. So I'm going to copy all the copy, because in the email template we just had a bit of teaser copy. In these posts we're putting the full article. And I do know that this post doesn't have any pictures, so to delete these pictures out of this other post, I can just highlight the picture and click this icon here, and it will remove the pictures. Just to get rid of the pictures out of that particular article. Now here's we've got to find it. This is where our headline is. You see headline. It's going to put this large headline in here to just be between the brackets. I'm going to put the SES legislative update by Steve Pines. SES legislative update by Steve Pines. And then I'm going to highlight all this article because we're going to write over it. Well, let me take that picture out first. So let's go back to it. Here's our headline. Let's take the copy right down to, you see here this bar here. This one here is where the next article starts, this divider bar. So I'm going to highlight it to there, and I'm going to do Control V to paste that particular article in. And we might have to do some tidying up. So we can see the headline is here. Late in September, you can see it's split the article up. So we have to tidy it up by backspacing to tidy these paragraphs up. So it makes sense. To track all USD developments on waivers, go to. So to make this link active, we just have to highlight it and copy it and click this link up here, which we can then copy the whole, paste the whole link into here, and click open link in new window, and then click add link. So then it highlights the link that when people are looking at the post, they can hover over and it becomes clickable. And then we have our next divider, which goes on to our next article, which is Ask the Experts. And in this particular week, Ask the Experts was what? I'm just going to, what is the latest SES legislation update? Now I want to bold that. I'm just going to highlight it and bold it. We don't need 2 question marks. So we're just tidying it up here. Now that is a picture of Steve Pines, who we're referencing here. So if people want to know more about him, they can click on this information here. But the answer to this is, in this case, see the legislation update article above. In this case, okay, see the legislation update article above is the answer. Sometimes it's a different answer. In this case, we're actually put the article above. Then you can see that our next headline is this recommended book of the week for tutor. In this week we changed it to tutor companies. All I'm doing is taking the content from the notepad. So recommended book of the week for tutor companies. I'm going to highlight all this text and copy it. highlight all the text, not going over the, oh, that's the hyperlink, so there is the text of the book, The Psychology of Persuasion by Kevin Higgins. I'm going to bold it. Persuasion is at the root, blah, blah, blah. I can see, just tidy it up, I can see that that was an error there, a spelling mistake. Company was spelt wrong. Cannot have any spelling mistakes in any of our posts. And then the hyperlink. So this is where it becomes a clickable hyperlink. And you see again between the quotes, right through to here is the link to the Amazon page, which I have given the link to the Amazon page here. So we'll just take that link and copy it. And we're going to add that link into here, just between the quotes, remember. And click here to order from Amazon. So that's what it'll say, and that's where it'll take them. And then we've got a divider bar, and it goes on to the next piece of the article. But we have to change the picture here. So we can click Edit Image. We're actually going to actually put in a new image. So I'm actually going to delete that image, and then I'm going to just highlight next to the Psychology of Persuasion by Kevin Hogan, just put my cursor in here because this is where I want to insert the new image which was in the zip file. Again, I go up to here to add an image, select file, and I'm going to find the image in my zipped file, which is here, the Persuasion book image. It was in your zip folder. I'm going to click open, and this is where you can change the size of the image. I want to leave it the full size, or we can make it medium where it compresses it. It can be left of the post, center, or right. Well, I want it left, and then I put insert into post, and you'll see that it inserts it into here. Okay, now just as an advanced, we can see that the copy is pushing right up onto the picture here, this copy here. So we can push the copy to the right a bit by clicking the image, clicking Edit, go to Advanced Settings, and we can change the border and vertical space. You'll see, just watch how it changes the copy underneath and at the side. I think the border we might change to put a 5 in here. No, sorry, not that. Put that back, just delete that. It's a vertical space or horizontal space. 5. You see how it's moved it down slightly. If we do horizontal, you'll see it'll just move this text over a bit. See how it's moved it over? So we can click Update. And you see the text has now moved away from the book. Alright, so now we've inserted the Psychology of Persuasion by Kevin Hogan. It may be wise just to save draft as you're going along, just in case you have computer problems or something of that nature. You can save as you're going along, and you don't have a lot of, you don't have to repeat your work if you lost all the data. So we've got the 100 in, we've got the legislative update, we've got the Ask the Experts, we've got the book. What else do we have for this particular month? We've got to put in this national conference, legal matters. So let's go ahead and put in this legal matters, a lawyer's facts by Alan Strand. So I'm going to copy that as a title. This is where we're going to put the headline. Just neaten it up. A lawyer's take on hiring facts you should know by Alan. Now it does look funky where this looks like it's on top of each other right now, but when we do publish it, it will straighten itself out. That's why it's much easier just copy and paste over everything as opposed to reproducing everything. Now this picture is not relevant to this post, so I'm going to take that out, delete this picture, and I'm going to now copy the actual content of that post. So here's this particular article. It's not read it for me. I'm going to take that out. So while good employees are blah blah blah, you can see that we've now got to smarten the text up a bit by moving some stuff around. Here are some tips. I'm just going to bold that, just using my own creative license. I'm just going to bold that text. Let's go back to it. So I've just made that bold. I'm just going to smarten the text up here. Create nice paragraphs where relevant, so it all makes sense and looks neat. In this case, there is no book. This was from the previous post, remember, where it tells us to click here to get the trial of that particular book. Well, I'm going to take that hyperlink out. So I'm just now, then we get the divider bar, which goes on to the next article, which is the webinar replay, which I want to leave in at this stage. Okay. Now the only additional thing I want to put in is the legislation update, the article on the, where is it? The National Title I Conference. Now actually I want to put that as the first article. So normally I would probably just put in brackets article 1, something of that nature, and then you'll know that I want this particular article at the top of the list. So if you see article, spell it wrong, article 1, I want you to put this information at the top of the page. All right. So I'm going to copy this. In this instance, I've got to build it. So I'm going to copy this token here. This is the divider bar that you'll see soon. I've just copied this token here because that creates a nice big headline, and I'm going to rename it National Title I Conference. National Title I Conference Seattle, January 21st, blah blah blah. Okay, and then I'm going to put just copying the, I'm just copying the text from the document. They must attend a conference for every Title I practitioner. The premier professional development opportunity conference, one conference when you won't want to miss. For more information, go here. So for more information, go here, and I'm just going to highlight this URL and copy it and make it a clickable link by going up to the link here, pasting, opening new window, click add link, and that makes it an active link. But I want to put a little picture in here because it came in the zip file, it came with a little picture for this, and it might be that what I will do here is indicate that there is a pic. So what I'll do is, in brackets again for each one, I'll indicate there's a pic, so then you can find the picture that relates to this article and the order in which I want the article, which will then make it quicker for you. But I'm just going to highlight just at the left at the start of this paragraph. I'm going to go up here to insert image again. I'm going to select the image I want to upload, which in this is this National Title 1 image here. Click open. It's uploaded this image now to the website. I want it to be the left of the post, and I want it to stay the full size, and then click insert post, and you'll see now that it's added it. What's happened here is that the text is now on top of the image, so let's just click it and edit it like we did before to give it some space. We go to advanced settings and we give it some space. I'll probably give it 10. You see now it's moved the copy away and maybe 5 vertically. Click update and you will see that it's moved the text away from it now. So they must attend blah blah blah. Sears, just copying the copy from the booth number 811. Sears in booth number 811. The must attend conference. So I'm happy with that now. I think we have all the articles that we've taken from our Word document. We put the legislative update. We did the Q&A. We did the 100, where we actually added 10 and then uploaded the PDF. Just quickly scroll through that. We uploaded this conference. We've added the book. We've added the lawyer tip. So we've added all the articles. Now, as per the Word document, once we've edited the related posts, make sure the weekly news category is checked. Let's just work through this again. Weekly news category is checked, yes. And then save draft, yes. Let's just one final save. And as per the Word document, it says click preview. So if we go ahead now and click preview, it should show us what we've done live. Now, as you can see, it shows January 2012, Volume 1, and this is where you go through it and check all the spelling mistakes. That's where those tokens created the nice big headlines. Let's get rid of this. And we can see nice that we've got Sears in booth number 811. What I'd probably do there is go back. It would be nice just to bold that. So I'm just going to bold that. I'm going to save draft again. I'm going to preview again. I'm just smartening it up now so it looks creatively a bit better. So now we can see we just bolded it. So National Title Conference of Seattle, got the logo, Sears in booth 811, gives the link. There's a space in between the next article, 100 marketing referral ideas. Check the copy, check the spacing, check everything's nice. And you can see now where it's put this little PDF in here, 100 marketing referral ideas. And we can see that it highlights down in the bottom here, if you look, that it'll take us to, if we click it, it should open up the PDF. So here we go, the 100 marketing referral ideas PDF. So it's done exactly what it should have done. So we're just checking that visually everything looks okay. Then we've got the SES legislation update by Steve Pines, which we've got the copy there with the link. We've got the Ask the Experts, which is formatted it nicely here. Here's the break line. You see in between each, we've got this little break line, which is, if you wondered what that was, that's that little token here, divider bar. Every time you see a divider bar, that's what that little bar is. And every time you see this headline token, that's what makes these nice big headlines. You can actually see between Ask the Experts and the recommended book, we don't have a bar. So I'm just going to go and have a look at that between Ask the Experts. I'm just going to copy one of these token bars. I'm just going to copy it there and go and see what's happening. So between here and here, we lost the bar, which you can see. This is the next recommended book for tutor companies, but we lost the bar. So I don't know whether I deleted it, but I'm going to just drop down the space, paste in that bar, and now if we save draft again, this is what takes the time, but it makes it look the way it should. If we go back to preview, let's have a look now. This is what smartens things up. Right, now we've got Ask the Experts, we've got the question, we've got the answer, we've got our little divider bar in so that each article is not on top of each other. Then we've got the next article, Recommended Book of the Week for Tutor Companies, and the correct copy, and this link, if we click it, should take us to this book, which it does. Happy with that. What I'm not happy with is that this divider bar seems to be in the middle of here. It seems to like it wants to drop down a bit just under the book. So if we go to the book and see where this divider line is, so if we go back to the post and just scroll down to under the book, we can see here that we've got the book information, the book picture here, the title here of the book, the copy. You just got to play with it, and here's the link for that book. But the divider, although visually here it shows it nearly under the book, and here the token is what looks to be halfway up the book. But what I would do is I would just give it one carriage return, click Save Draft, and then preview to see if that one carriage return actually dropped it down sufficiently so it visually looks more appealing, because at the moment it's halfway up there. Let's just scroll down, and I'm happy with that. You see now it's just pushed this bar just below the book, so we've got a nice clean separation between these two articles. That was sufficient just to move that down one carriage return. If we just go back and show you, you see we just pushed that divider bar just one carriage return, and it has now neatened it up. And then we go on to the next article, which looks fine. So to me, I am happy with the look of that. And as per the instructions, you make sure that you're happy with all the corrections and that visually it looks right. You've made any adjustments, and then check for any corrections and then send the post link to me for approval. I will then click the publish to make this live. So once you think this looks nice, here is the link here. You can send me this link up at the top here. I have to just move the camera up, so there is to basically get the URL for this page and email it to me once you're happy that this all looks visually correct and all the links work correctly and everything is neat and tidy. I will then go into the post when I am happy and click publish, which is when I will send the emails out, because I will be sending the emails out, and I will click publish to make this a live page. So it goes from being a draft to actually a live page. But the instructions are on the Word document here, and you've just gone through it all on video. It is a bit of playing around to visually make things look right, but you'll find all the articles, pictures, PDFs, whatever's required for this post, all in the zip folder in Basecamp for this particular weekly news. So there should be no problems, and it's just neatening it up. Okay. That concludes the adding of the eTutor news to the website and creating a post.